What's up, court nerds? Time to get served. It's your boy. I just got back from the Grand River Brewery. I just downed a keg. Anyone been there lately? No? Oh. What's up, people? How we doing? I have never before seen clips that's been sitting on a USB. I'm going to plug this in, and you are going to enjoy what is on this piece of goodness. Let's roll.
Lewis Howard, Your Honor.
Thank you. Just one moment, please.
Got a little something in his eye. What's up, people? It's a short live today. It's Doggy's birthday today. Maddie turns 9. Baby time will not like it if I'm not at the party.
Sir, you are Lewis Avery Howard, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
What's your correct address, current address, Mr. Howard?
203 Wildhaven.
Oh, I'm sorry, let's call the case.
Court is now in session. Melissa Zimmerman versus Lewis Howard.
I'm sorry, you are Lewis Howard, Mr. Howard. I'm sorry, can you repeat again your current address?
203 Wildhaven.
City, state?
Oh, I'm sorry. Monroe, Michigan, 48161.
Do you live with Joseph Jackson?
Yes.
All right. The court file reflects, Mr. Howard, you have an address of 903 Adams Street. You have a continuing obligation to keep the front of the court informed of any change of address. So if they mail you a notice to appear for review at your address on file and you don't appear, that's your issue. You could have avoided a bench warrant had you kept the front of the court informed of your change of address.
Yes, sir.
Right, Mr. Howard is appearing for the Monroe County Jail via Zoom. Also present is Monroe County Court Attorney Rebecca Hicks. Ms. Hicks, what information can you provide the court on Mr. Howard?
Your Honor, in this matter, there is a current monthly support obligation of $472 per month. The arrears balance as of today is $13,253.58. There is a first finding of contempt from April 17th of 2019 with an 18-day balance. Mr. Howard was last in jail and before the court on a previous bench warrant in December of last year. At that time, you sentenced him to serve 10 days immediate jail or pay $750. He did pay that $750. Other than that, he made a $20 payment in March of this year.
$20. Nice.
All right, Mr. Howard, are you employed?
I just started working. I just started doing concrete, concrete pride, and
Just started working.
these last couple of days haven't been too well to work. So.
Okay, what about last week? Last week it was beautiful weather. Would you work last week?
Yes, I did.
All right, Mr. Howard, the front of the court has a 4-page list of employment opportunities. Employers in Monroe County are screaming for employees. You need to get a full-time legitimate job, Mr. Howard.
Thank you,
You
Toby.
got 18 days in jail hanging over your head. Last time you posted a bond, how much can you post at this time?
Since we only work like part of the week last week. All I had.
No, sir.
all I
How
got
much can
paid-
you post to get out of jail? This is where we reach out to family and friends, Mr. Howard.
I have $200 to my name that I just got paid.
Okay.
That's-
Well, last time, you're able to scrounge out 750. Ms. Hicks, do you have any questions of Mr. Howard, or do you have a recommendation?
I have no questions for Mr. Howard. The front of the court's recommendation, Your Honor, is that he serve 18 days in the county jail, credit for the 2 days he has served. Or the front of the court was requesting $2,000 in lieu of that time.
See you in 13
Right.
days.
And what's your recommended review date?
My recommended review date would be June 6th at 3 p.m.
Okay. You understand the recommendation, Mr. Howard?
Yes, sir.
You could have,
Lauren, I was gonna put up a hope you're feeling well message, but it sends you're listening. So, my crazy life. I hope everything's doing good. I'm a stone throws away if you need me.
avoid jail if you simply would keep in contact with the front of the court. If you're not paying support, there's a really, really good chance there's a bench warrant out for your arrest. All you have to do is come and talk with the front of the court and say, I'm down on my luck. I broke my leg. I injured my ankle. I haven't been working.
I did.
Whatever.
I did call and talk to her and told her I just started working like at the end of April. I just talked to her and called her and told her I just started working.
Well, again, how long were you unemployed?
I just started working at the end of April. It's taking me some time to find another job. Like I went to jail earlier this year and then December and then after that. So I keep losing jobs, and then I just recently just got this job, and at the end of April I even called and told her that I was working, and I just started working.
Well, you could do more, Mr. Howard. The front of the court has a job list. They can help you find some
Pooch
jobs.
fun.
Any event,
But I'm
anything you want to say?
But I'm
Go
also
ahead.
paying. I'm also paying court fines and
Thanks,
trying
Chris.
to keep up on rent. I'm trying to be able to get a vehicle so I can make it back and forth to work. 'Cause it's hard to make it to work. Like I am trying. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm taking the steps to get to work and try and staying off the streets. I'm really trying.
Anything you want to say before the court imposes a sentence, Mr. Howard?
He doesn't care.
If you just give me a chance to keep working so I don't lose this job also, it's been hard trying to find work.
Well, that's, the court just takes exception to that, Mr. Howard. We've got a 4-page list of employees that are screening for employees. I can get your job today, but you need to make some effort. Get off your duck.
We really need to start a drinking game every time Judge Braunlick says, I can get you a job today.
Anyway, the sentence of the court is that you serve 18 days in the Monroe County Jail, or you can be released upon posting of $750 cash bond. Now, Ms. Hicks requested $2,000. I'm reducing that to $750. I'm working with you. You already got 200. All you got to do is come up with the balance, Mr. Howard.
Try
So you can be
hard.
released this afternoon upon posting $750 cash bond, and it's not going toward finance costs. It's go toward your arrears of $13,000. So make some phone calls. See if you get $750. If you cannot do that, you're gonna serve the next 18 days in jail. Of course, you give you credit for 2 days you have served, so that'll be the remaining 16 days you'll serve in jail. You order to appear before Ms. Hicks for review June 6, 2023 at 3 p.m. Do you have any questions?
Thank
Mr.
you,
Howard.
Laura.
Can't I pay child support by doing community service?
No, not anymore. Used to be,
Not anymore.
but not anymore. That's correct. So again, 16 days in jail, but you can be released as soon as you post a $750 bond. So you got 200.
Yeah.
Come up with $550, and you can be home for dinner tonight. So make some phone calls, all right?
Well, I haven't been able to call. I haven't been able to call since I got here last night. I haven't been able to call anybody.
Well,
Don't you love how they it's everybody else's fault? Like, it's like, well, I was trying to make a phone call. Ugh. Yeah, and we have thank you for the pooch fun. We are having Ben and Jerry's doggy ice cream. I think pumpkin and bacon, and also a whole bunch of treats. I'll try them. My daughter will definitely make me try the ice cream.
ask one of the deputies or corrections officers, and you'd like to make a phone call.
I have. Your Honor. Like I have, the thing was saying my account wasn't working and then it was something else.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
all
right.
right,
Thank you.
that's, this court can't do anything for you on that, but the copies order will be faxed over to the jail. You get a copy of this and then probably later today. June 6th, you need to appear at 3 p.m. And when you come in the front of the court, when you get released, come over and get the copy of the jobs list. So there's some good paying jobs here locally, Mr. Howard. If you, if your old job is too, if it's inconsistent.
Every time I get a job, you guys take me to jail. Every time I get a job.
Mr. Howard, you put yourself in jail. All right, you can step out.
Shut up.
You could have avoided it.
Next. No. Okay. So I dropped a video this morning. I have to say I'm a little jealous. She's having shirtless men in front of her. This is the second shirtless guy. Not feeling it, Judge. I don't like it. I don't like it. Not at all. This guy is a winner.
Okay, and we're going on the record from the matter of the city of Wyandotte versus Jesse James Taylor, 23940. And appearance, counsel?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. My client is me consent mapping Zoom.
Please stand up for the record.
Jesse Taylor?
Oh.
You say Justin or Jesse?
Jesse, sorry.
Okay. All right, and counsel, as to the arraignment.
We waived formal reading. My client stands mute.
All right, the court will waive the formal reading, enter plea of not guilty for purposes of the arraignment. Schedule this matter for pretrial on May 16th at 10:30 a.m. And counsel, as to bond.
Your Honor, my client indicates that he will appear at any and all future court dates. I believe that there was a little bit of a misunderstanding regarding fingerprints, but he will be cooperative going forward.
Thanks,
He is
bitch.
gainfully employed. He moves furniture. He is living with his father in Lincoln Park. He does have one child. In fact, he was looking forward to seeing his son today. Judge, we're respectfully
Chris,
requesting
thank
any
you, buddy.
leniency this honorable court could consider. Thank you, Judge.
No, I can't with him. I
All
have
right,
crap
thank you.
taste.
And Sergeant Fitzpatrick, did you want to address bond? And if you do, please state your name for the record, please.
Yes, I do. Sergeant Robert Fitzpatrick?
All right, thank you. And as to bond.
Your Honor, he was given at least five opportunities to provide his fingerprints, starting from last night to today. The response that he gave when we tried to get him this morning, I'm not going to repeat in open court. His criminal history is extensive. He has multiple arrests for assaultive behavior,
Back off.
resisting instructing police before, failed to provide DNA and fingerprints in the past also. He currently has a warrant for his arrest already, $15,000 cash warrant out of, looks like 28th district. For those reasons, I think a $10,000, 10% bond would be appropriate in this matter.
I'm sorry, you said 10,000, 10%?
Correct, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Taylor. You've been making a pretty big ruckus back there because you've interrupted my record a few times today with how loud you've been in the back.
I didn't think he could hear me with the glass being so thick. I just had a couple of questions for the sergeant. I apologize.
Sir, what I heard was not questions, they were just yelling. And where do you work, sir?
I work for a company called Corrigan. I move furniture.
And how long have you worked there, sir?
This
That's where he gets his manly physique, moving armoires.
will be my 6th summer.
Your 6th summer. What do you do when it's not summer?
Drugs.
It gets slow, so I mean, I'm on call, but I build racks and find odd jobs and just stay next to the phone.
All right, how old is your child?
He's 6.
And do you have a parenting time agreement?
Yes. Today's supposed to be my day. Every
What's that?
Wednesday, every other weekend.
Every Wednesday and every other weekend.
Yes.
All right. And
Thank
okay,
you,
well, I'm gonna have to have
Catatonic.
you sign and invite the right form. Were you given one to fill out, sir?
I believe so.
Did you fill it out?
No, not completely yet. But I will.
Did you fill any of it out, sir?
No, I was reading over it for a split second. I was just handed it.
When were you handed that document?
When I stood up in front of you, well, before I see my lawyer, I was handed the document. I haven't got the time, I didn't get the chance to read it all the way through yet.
Okay. And what's your warrant for 28 District Court? What's that for?
I'm supposed to serve the rest of my 30 days, but I wanted to have the money first, and work's been slow. What we just started.
Look at the lean. He's actually leaning. What a douche. And I think she got a little blinded by the inverted thing going on there, that chest, because she wasn't addressing it.
Picking back up, I want to go in there with a handful of cash and make it right with the court, and not go in there empty-handed. And that was my fault.
Well, sir, if you're going to serve the rest of your 30-day jail sentence, then you don't really need the money at that particular moment, I don't think.
Yes, swag. He
Well,
does,
And then
Chris.
is that for, I'm sorry?
I apologize.
I know, Linny.
No,
Well, and
no.
Judge, I did go through my client's constitutional rights. I went through them step by step, so he understood all of the rights he had today.
Okay. And thank you. And so, Mr. Taylor, your, what is it the warrant's for? Assault battery?
I think it's just a simple assault.
Okay. And if you were to test today, sir, what would be detected in your system?
Everything.
I think I'd be all right. I don't smoke weed or anything.
Danny, I think I'll be all right.
Okay, would anything be detected in your system?
Stand. Oh, I'm sorry. What's that? You're on it again.
Would anything be detected in your system?
No.
Okay.
Tell me that sergeant doesn't want to slam his head through the brick.
Based upon the fact that there's a warrant out for defendant's arrest, the behavior while he's been in custody, the court's going to, from the nature of his charges and the criminal history, the court's going to indicate $10,000, 10% bond. Not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed. One of your bond conditions, sir, is you have to submit the fingerprints.
Uh-oh.
Yes, ma'am.
And I will be very clear with you, sir, if you do not submit to those fingerprints, immediately upon being done here on the record, I will call you back on the record and you will be held in contempt of court. Is that clear?
Lucy.
Yes, ma'am.
Good one, Lucy.
Now, with the 10% of 10, what is that, 1,000?
That's, yes.
Yeah.
I don't have that money, Your Honor, and I have to get my car out of the impound as well.
Look at the sergeant. he completely turned his body. Thank you, Monica. Look at him. He completely turned his head. Could you imagine what he was doing before he got in there? Oh,
Is there any way we
Look.
can please make it 500? I can try to work that. I'm gonna have to work with Southgate too, probably. Please.
No, sir,
I mean,
based upon what the court's been told on the record, the information the court has in the file, no, this is your bond.
bye.
Thank you, Judge.
Make sure you're submitting those fingerprints, sir. Thank you.
Look, we even got a wide angle of the Wyandotte Sally Port. Here we go. Next one. Guess what I got this morning? And it was a real cool party this morning. Cha, the way I see it. Who else was in there? Bunch of other people partying this morning in the chats. George Peach. I think I saw Vaughn in there. Nobody invited me, so I went to Amarillo and I visited the condiments. And there's a non-condiment. Actually, she's wearing green, so she's relish, and she doesn't shut up. Oh my God. Let's go.
Let me get your paperwork out here. Mr. Sanchez, looks like you have a couple of different stops where you received, actually you have an older stop that had gone to warrant. So from January 24th, 2022, you were stopped in a 2009 Dodge Avenger and you received a citation for 69 and a 50 speeding, and then no driver's license. Fine range on both of those is $100 to $200 plus court costs. Do you want to enter a plea on that today?
No,
A
ma'am.
not guilty plea in order to have time to hire an attorney or have a trial?
No, ma'am.
Okay, how do you plead to those?
Guilty.
Okay, on your guilty plea, please something real quickly. Okay, on your guilty plea, I'll find you guilty. Assess fine and court costs in the speeding case of $359. Give you credit for your $150 jail credit, 1 day of jail credit. So your balance remaining on that will be $209. I'm going to release you to report. Come see me by 2 p.m. first business day following your release, and we'll talk about how to pay that balance. And then on the no driver's license, I'll find you guilty, assess fine and court costs in the amount of $260. Give you credit for the day you served there, which is $150, 1 day. So your balance remaining is $110 on that. I'm going to release you to report. Again, come see me by 2 p.m. first business day following release. Assume you get out this weekend, today or tomorrow, then you will come see me on Monday, and they'll give you a map in the back as to where you need to come on that. Okay. Now, let's talk about the new one. So you also had from yesterday, I guess, yeah, from May 5th, they arrested you for the offense of public intoxication, and fine range on that is $100 to $500. On that charge, sir, do you want to enter a plea of not guilty in order to have time to hire an attorney or have a trial?
That's guilty.
Okay. On your guilty plea to public intoxication, fine, assess fine and court costs of $484. With your jail credit, again, the 1 day jail credit, your balance on that will be $334. I'll release you to report. Come see me by 2 p.m. first business day following your release to talk about how to pay off that balance of $334.
What was this kid driving?
Do you have
Power
any
Wheels?
questions, sir?
Could I make a payment plan?
Sure can. So what they'll do today is they'll process you through on these cases to make sure you don't, they're gonna run your name and make sure you don't have any holds from any other court. Assuming you don't, then you would get out, and then you will come on Monday by 2 p.m., show up about 1:30, check in, and then you'll come in and see the judge, and we will gladly talk about a payment plan to pay that out. That's all you need to appear to do, is just come talk about how we want to pay that out. And if you need a little time to get started on the payments, we can do that as well.
All right,
So
Judge.
we'll do that on Monday.
Give him the map.
All right, thank you.
So, all right, thank you. You can return to your pod.
Here's your map. Go pay. Okay. Miss Cabela. Oh, boy.
Tanya, Pete.
Oh, brace
Karen?
yourself.
I was gonna tell you that if I miss anything, make sure you let me know. I would appreciate it. Okay. All right.
And
Ms.
here we
Beach,
go.
So it looks like, hi. It looks like you had so you're in there, maybe you were taking in for something else. I believe there's something a higher charge, but what we have from you is a warrant for you from July 21st, 2022. You were stopped in 2004 GMC Yukon. It's on the 5700 block of Bell, and you were cited for operation of a vehicle with expired license plate. Fine range on that is $100 to $200. Do you want to plead not guilty in order to have time to hire an attorney?
Well, I had, and this is a little bit unorthodox and it sounds flighty and crazy, but I've been just like, there was two different occasions that, I got pulled over. And one of them was what you just said. And it was like the day after the 5th. And I think they give you from the 1st to the 5th, like as a grace period, for your tags to go out.
Right.
And I think it was the very next day. And I had went to Amarillo to go get insurance. Okay. And I got pulled over on the way back. I just got my insurance. Right. And I was going to go get my tags like the very next day. So I was heading back to Canyon. And right. So my dad died and my daughter moved out, and my life has been in a total turmoil over the last year and a half. And I had gotten pulled over again, for something else. I don't even remember, a couple warnings, but I got a little thing in the mail. And I'm telling you, I've been so zoned out and just forgetful, nothing even mattered, just dealing with my grief and stuff. But anyway, I paid $262 on just 3 weeks ago. And I thought that was the ticket for the tax.
You remember where you paid it to?
The Amarillo.
Okay.
The municipal court, yeah.
Okay. I don't show anything on this one. The only cases that we have here, municipal court, there may be some confusion for you. The only ones we have are when APD officers generally pull you over in the city of Amarillo limits. So, yeah.
And I have the confirmation number at home. Okay. So whatever I wrote, but like I said, I did get a failure to make a complete stop one time too, and that could have been for that ticket,
Yeah, I'm looking on press. Do you see anything, Karen? I don't see anything. I know on this one that there was no payment made on this one. I don't see the other, but if you want, I don't know, do you have any idea if you're going to be in there on this other case? Have you already been arraigned on that other case?
See, and on that deal, and this
judge. Ms. Beach, hold on just 1 second. She may have some information for us. Hold on. Go ahead.
The warning was failed to obtain a Texas driver's license within 90 days, and then she received the expired license plate ticket on that same day. Okay. So I don't see where she's ever done anything on it.
Okay. So, yeah, and that's okay. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, it must have been for something else. And on the other thing, it's so embarrassing. My friend and I, we were having a glass of wine at the pool at the Hampton Inn, and the maid's thing was open, and there was a comforter in there, and don't ask me why, but I took it, and then I went home, and the lady had saw me do it, so she sent the Canyon cop down.
Why? What? She took a cushion from a canyon? What? All right, we got to go back. What did she say?
There to my house. Friend and I, we were having a glass of wine at the pool at the Hampton Inn, and the maid's thing was open, and there was a comforter in there, and don't ask me why, but I took it, and then I went home, and the lady had saw me do it, so she sent the Canyon cop down there to my house, because we had left there, we'd been in the hot tub, and he was like, okay, just go give it back, we'll smooth it over, and I did that, and they said it was fine, and he gave me a warning for trespassing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then I didn't know anything about this, at all.
Right. Well, I don't know, and I don't have any information on that, just because it's not in our court. So
Yeah.
some other judge should see you on that if they haven't already, and they could tell you a little bit about it.
Total.
So I just don't have anything, other than I saw on your arrest report that it was on there. I mean, there was a warrant, I guess, for that, but I don't know anything. I don't have any documents. Well, let me ask you this, Ms. Beach. So here's what, no, there wasn't a payment made on this tag case, and I mean, the operating vehicle's expired license plate, and you're talking about how you were going to get it renewed and all that, but there only if you did get it renewed within that time period, is there a possibility of paying and getting it dismissed. Otherwise, you'd have, if you didn't get it renewed and didn't have proof of that, you can plead not guilty. I can put you on trial docket, but we could plead guilty or no contest. I'll set a fine and give you some jail.
Look at all the inmates. They're all shut up. I want to go back to my cell.
Credit, and then let you come talk to me about how you want to pay out the rest. So.
Yeah, I mean, we did go ahead and get it renewed. It was just not within the time frame. And so, you know,
okay,
we got it renewed right after anyway, because I had to, you know, drive.
Do you know how long it was after July 21st? I mean, if you have proof of it, I can set you to come bring something to me. It may not.
No, I'm really more interested in just paying it, because I got the ticket, you know. And on the other thing, my deal is I had been mowing the yard. My son is he's 13. He's at home right now. And my mom had come down from Oklahoma last night and took my kids to the movie. And I ran up to Kohl's to go get some socks and stuff. And this just all happened. And I'm like getting dirty clothes. And my mom's down and she's worried about me. I'm like,
well, I can let you interplea on this, and we can take care of this, and I can release you on this case. I don't have any options on the other thing. I mean, you can ask the plot officer to see if one of the judges is going to see you. But if you want to, let me ask you what you want to. And I understand it's a mess, but I can get you taken care of on this one. It's on this operation of the vehicle from July 21st. You want to plead not guilty, guilty, or no contest?
All of them.
Guilty or whatever or I don't really know. I'm the guilty.
Either one. Guilty or contest is fine. Okay, I'll find you guilty. Assess fine and court costs of $242. Give you credit for the 1 day you served, and you will have $92 balance remaining on it. And I'll release you to report for a hearing first business day following your release. As soon as you get out, just come on up here, and we'll talk about how to pay off that $92. Or if you can pay it off before you come, you don't have to come in and see a judge. And then it's all taken care of with that. So does that make sense? I'm sorry I can't help you on the other thing. I mean, we have our jurisdiction in our files, and that's all I've got is this ticket.
How does that?
I would just ask the plot officer or someone there when they're going to arraign you, or when a judge will see you on that. It'll be a totally different judge.
Am I going to be stuck in here?
I don't know if there's a bond set on it or not. You're not stuck in there on out.
Thank you,
so
Shane.
I just don't have any way of knowing.
Yeah, the ticket says something about $1,500, and then that was $500.
That's for the theft. Yeah, this is for the theft. Our ticket is in municipal court was $100 to $200. The theft says, if you're talking about the theft case, it's in county court at law, which is a higher court, and I don't know anything about it. But if you want to ask them, they can sure let you know. I'm sorry, I just don't know.
Okay, and how do what was I gonna say? I got nervous. Oh God, I can't get a hold of anybody. I can't get a hold of anybody.
Yeah.
To get out of here. I can't, no one's answering the phone or all long distance numbers.
I'm sorry. Well, you're released on this one, and find out from them if you have a bond set on that other case, or if the judge is going to see you, or how that works, and then they can let you know. It may be actually, it is. That's all I know to tell you. I'm sorry, but they'll
lower the bonds or whatever.
Yeah, just see if there's a bond set on it, or if they can, and then see if you can get a hold of your mom and see what she can do. But on ours, you're released to report. They'll give you a map, and you just come see us on Monday.
Okay, and the bond can't be any cheaper. Like, you can't make it lower, I guess.
On this case, no. This one, no. On the other one, I don't know anything about it. So it's all you owe is $92. But you're right. You can get out of there, and if you're in there another day, you'll be time served on this one. But yeah, that's the best I can do on that. Come see me if you still owe. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck.
Come again. Bye. Oh my God. I told you.
Is that Torres?
Everybody's sleeping.
Hello, yes, ma'am. Hello, Ms. Torres.
Ooh,
All right.
Miss Torres is
It looks like
sassy.
you have from a warrant, an older case with us on January 16, 2023. You were arrested for public intoxication. Fine range is $100 to $500. It looks like if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest, it looks like you would be time served based on the time you've been there. But would you like to enter a plea of not guilty in order to have time to hire an attorney? Or
No, ma'am. I plead no contest.
okay, on your no contest plea, I will assess fine and court costs, and you are time served.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
That was the longest hearing to the shortest hearing. Literally.
I can? Okay.
Justin Tyree?
Yes,
Hello,
ma'am.
Mr. Tyree, how are you? Okay, good. All right, let me get your stuff pulled out here. So you have, you had 3 standard warrants with us.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then, oh, you also have 1 case here. All right. Okay, so that, hold on, just give me 1 second.
There's not a case.
Rick?
There's not. Okay, that's
The
right.
Valentino.
Oh, there's not. Is that the one I just said? No, that was the other one. Okay, I got you. Okay, so, yeah, you're right, because I just told you that. Okay, so you were, oh, just give me a second, hold on. I know why I had the sticky on the wrong one. Okay, my fault. Mr. Tyree, so from February 11th, 2022, you were issued citations or given citations or whatever for unlawful restraint of a dog. These are all on, I think the dog is Mama's rabies vaccination, no rabies vaccination and no rabies vaccination tag. Fine range on the first one's $100 to $500 plus court costs. The other 2 are $100 to $200 plus court costs on those. On those cases, did you want to enter a plea of not guilty in order to have time to hire an attorney or have a trial?
No, ma'am.
How do you plead to those cases?
Guilty.
Okay. And it looks like, okay, so right now I have, let me see, you were transferred over from Fodder, right? You received a sentence?
Right.
Okay, so what will happen is, and I'm gonna find you guilty on those, and I'll assess fine and court costs. Okay, no, you look like you've been in there long enough. 3 times, that's all we need from you.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Okay. Little old school Mike Page from the vault.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now.
All right, this file 2022-58733, and Ms. Naomi King is here in this matter with separate proceedings regarding support. Mr. Walburn's here from the prosecutor's office. Mr. Walburn, do you have an update?
Defendant was served March 6, 2023. This is a foster care placement case. We imputed Ms. King at minimum wage. I think she had worked at some point, potentially at Burger King for a while. We used minimum wage. If you put it in, she has 0 other children, so there'd be 0 overnights. If you put in the support formula, it comes up to $351 support, $76 ordinary medical. So the formula has a recommendation of $427. I've been made aware that she did sign off on the children, so I don't believe she has parental rights anymore. Whatever the court wants to do in this situation, but we did bring it before the court.
Ma'am, do you agree with the recommendation for support?
I did work at Burger King, but I was only working like 2 days a week, and I wasn't making only maybe $100 a week.
I couldn't have it my way, sir.
Oh, you don't work there anymore?
No.
Oh, where do you work now?
I'm in the process of finding a different job because according to the child support paper, it said 427 a month, and I can't afford that working at Burger King.
Imagine her serving you fries. Ugh.
Oh, okay.
I'm on food stamps and health insurance too because I can't afford food.
So you have no job right now?
No, I'm looking for another job.
Oh, so you didn't work at Burger King very long then?
No, because I couldn't afford to pay rent. I was paying rent to my brother. I was paying $200 a month.
So you were making some money and you couldn't afford to pay rent, so you quit that job. Now you're not making any money? Are you?
I'm
able
not
to
making
better
any money
afford
right
rent
now.
like-
I'm in the process of finding a different job.
Oh, are you better able to afford rent without any income?
No, I'll probably be getting kicked out of my brother's house.
Get out.
When's the last job you had before that job at Burger King?
Like before, like the beginning of March,
Oh, where'd you work then?
I didn't work anywhere. After Burger King, I haven't worked anywhere. Before Burger King, I didn't work anywhere.
I asked what job you had before the.
Why is this so painstaking to get this out? Poor Mike Page.
Burger King job.
None.
Never?
I was trying to get unemployment, but they kept denying me my unemployment.
Where did you work?
Before
before that, were you-
unemployment, I worked for the carnival.
He's a corny.
How many years did you do that?
I worked 6.5 months.
I cleaned the bottles on the ring toss.
Out of the summer.
Every year?
Just 2017, 2021, and 2022.
I made sure the frogs were not in the water during frog bug.
Are you gonna do that again this summer?
I don't know what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm in the process of finding another job.
Did you have a kid at 60?
All right, this time I'll make a finding. Ms. King doesn't have the current ability to pay support. She may in the future, so I'll recommend that a zero support order be entered at this time. And that the matter be reviewed by a friend of the court in 90 days. All right, so I'm not gonna order you to pay support at this time, all right?
All right.
This is where I see the comments and I just want to like cancel the live. I'm not gonna stop laughing. I gotta not look at the comments.
Friend of the court will send out some paperwork in about 3 months though, and we'll see where you're at that point, all right?
Okay.
All right, you're all set.
That
Have a
was
good day.
brutal. That was brutal. Okay.
It was
TPO
final
time.
on the 24th of March. And there is a decree in place, a parenting plan as well.
Can you tell me what that parenting plan lays out for custody?
Yes. He's supposed to get them every other weekend. Summertime, he's supposed to get them 1 week. They come home. He's not supposed to have overnight guests. And we're supposed to be able to call, FaceTime whenever, like if they're home now, he can call or FaceTime, but he doesn't reach out for them. But when they go there, I call and FaceTime. I never get an answer. They change numbers and things like that, which it states also that like we're supposed to know where they are. But when he has them, they're at the address that they're not supposed to be at, which is where he lived with this female, not at his mom.
What county is this divorce out of?
Fulton.
Stay out of Fulton County.
He's also ordered to pay child support beginning April the 1st, and he has not made one payment yet. But when they're in his custody, they're at the address that they're not supposed to be, which is the email. There was an email from his girlfriend, you know, telling me that she don't want my kids at her house any the F way.
Ooh.
And also I'm going through my Jeremiah was tampered with, and I had to take him to the emergency room. And I'm currently going through I don't like talking about that. I'm currently going through what is hospital papers? I can't think of the name of it right now. They trying to get my baby to talk, being that he's his age and you know he's really not saying much. But we're going through I'm sorry. We are going through, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Chris. Oh, she's gonna enjoy that.
So
Ben
do
and
it
Jerry's.
upon him. I'm sorry.
Thanks, brother.
They told me to do it against him because they're in his care when he has them. So he has to make sure that they're safe.
Who told you this?
I can't go on my phone. It was a judge there. I can't remember her name. It was a lady though.
What's the girlfriend's name?
Jennifer. When he was coming home, he was telling me, you know, little smart, slick stuff she says, and like they can't eat, you know, whatever her children eat. Like they're sleeping on the floor and they're sleeping on the floor and things of that nature. It just I don't feel safe for my children to be there, and they're not supposed to be there.
Did Jaden say that they were physically harmed?
It's like the grandmom knows who, speaking of Tony's mom, she know who to take there and who not to take there. Like they be separate sometime. I'm sorry. They be separate sometime. So like they'll keep, like Jaden will be at the grandma while the baby boy is there, or switch it around. So they know what they be doing.
Miss Walker?
Yes. Yes.
Did Jaden tell you that he had been physically harmed?
Jaden has a disability. It takes Jaden a long time to say what happened. And that's why we're going through these people here, so to get my children to talk. Because my kids don't want to be there. Something is going on. And me as a concerned mother, I want to know.
So you allege in your petition that respondent allows his girlfriend to physically harm the minor children while they are in his care.
Whoa.
Can you tell me what you mean by that?
That's a big claim.
And how you got that information?
My 4-year-old was tampered with.
Okay.
Around his butt area.
Whoa. I didn't hear
and
this
he states that I don't know her kids, but he say William. How do I know her son's name? My baby know who did something to him.
Wow.
Are the police involved, ma'am?
Yes.
Which county?
And Clayton right now. Because when he came home, we live in Clayton, so when he came home, I had to do it here.
Yeah. She wants to come over here. She's a biatch.
And what's the status of that case? Do you know?
I don't know right now.
Have the police talked to your children?
Like they came and visit, but nothing as of yet. And I'm sorry, I've been in the hospital for the last month, so I'm kind of going through it.
I'm sorry.
But yes, they came out and spoke with them, but nothing on the status yet. Like I said, I had to take him to the emergency room and they have me following up with the Stephanie Blanks people. And I'm sorry about moving around. I'm doing physical therapy on my leg. I'm learning to use my leg again.
So it's not, the girlfriend hasn't done anything to physically harm your children.
It's verbal. It's more verbal. To me, it's more verbal.
Mhm.
Like one of my exhibits is one of the emails that she sent to me. My baby has a disability. He had surgery on his private area, and like you talk about my kids. Like, that's what kind of woman does that?
Does your son have, when you said he has a disability, does he have a learning disability or?
He does. Yes.
Okay.
A development delay.
A developmental delay. Okay. Did you have an attorney in your divorce?
I did.
Have you talked to your attorney about any of these issues regarding especially about what you're saying about, I guess, not following the parenting plan?
This all happened right after after we got our paperwork. I have spoken with her, and she told me to file contempt, which I went and did that. We're actually waiting on the court date for that.
Okay. All right, ma'am, I may, it sounds like neither of your children can talk to me and tell me anything, or you're not presenting them, is that correct?
Would you like to speak with, you can, if that's what you want to do?
I mean, let me talk to the respondent first, and I'll come back to you, okay?
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to talk to the kids if you don't think they're going to tell me anything, because I'm not trying to put them through unnecessary trauma. But that's why I was asking you if they told you anything, because if they haven't told you anything, it's unlikely they're going to all of a sudden tell me something.
Okay.
So have they told you anything?
Jaden just say he don't like her. That's it.
Okay, let me ask you this. When was the last time he saw the kids?
They came home on the 24th. He had them for spring break.
The first week in April?
Yes.
Okay. And did Jeremiah say that something happened to him?
This time they was at grandma's because they were sending videos from her house with the green background. That's grandma's house.
Okay. Did Jeremiah tell you that something happened to him?
With his butt area?
With anything, that he was physically harmed? I know he probably didn't say physically harmed, but did he tell you something?
He just said William did it. William did it. That's all he said. William did it.
And you know William to be one of her children?
Yes.
How old is William?
I'm not sure, but he's older. I know that because she don't have small kids like me.
How do you know that William is one of her kids?
I have to say one thing. If he's a child with special needs and disabilities, it sounds fishy. I've been working with special needs my entire adult life. They are brutally honest. So if she's being honest and he's actually saying things like that, more than likely something happened. May not have been, what we could think the possibly worst thing, but, something may have happened.
Jaden said it.
All right. All right, ma'am, I'm going to speak with Mr. Stroud, okay? You can go ahead and mute yourself.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Stroud. You can unmute. I've already sworn you in, sir. You've heard Ms. Walker's testimony. What response do you have, sir?
Everything's a lie.
Ooh.
Is there anything else you want to say to me?
I got witness. Everything's a lie. I got witness right now.
Let me ask you something. Is someone that should not be in the room with you right now, though? And I hope no one has been in the room with you.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're going to present a witness, we'll swear them in and I'll hear from them. So if someone's in the room with you, tell them to leave, and I'm going to hear from you first.
Okay.
Is anyone in the room with you?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So everything is a lie. Tell tell me specifically what you are talking about.
I got TPO on her. And every time I get kids, it all be something else.
You got a TPO on her? What do you mean?
I got like from a kid TPO. Like she trying to hurt me, harm me, and all that, trying to kill me and all that. So no, I got the TPO on her right now. So
Where is that TPO out of?
On Fulton.
In Fulton County issued a TPO?
I wonder if Manning
Is it a
gave
12-month
to her.
TPO or is it an ex parte?
6 months.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I got.
So how do you all exchange the kids?
My mama. I can't be around her. I can't drop kids off. My mom got to do it.
Is that because of the TPO?
Yes.
Okay. But you're not under the TPO. The TPO is against Miss Walker?
Yes.
Okay. Are you talking about, this is separate from your divorce and the parenting plan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Lucy, agreed. That's why I'm saying if she's being honest and not coercing him, he's probably honest. That's why I prefaced it with if she's being honest.
All right, so the grandmother, your mother acts as the third party exchange for the kids?
Yes.
It's a lie.
Everything what she's saying. Look, I'll be whooping them. My girl be whooping them and all that. And somebody they don't like her, they do like her.
Okay. Well, she didn't say anything about anybody whooping them. She said that
Self-snitch.
Jeremiah said William did something to him.
No. He ain't touch him on the butt and all that.
Okay.
Good defense.
How old is William?
16.
Was William ever left alone with the children or
Name
one of
Willie.
the children? What?
Your name Willie?
Willie? Was
Yeah.
he ever left alone with
No.
Jeremiah?
No.
Is it Will or his Willie? I'm sorry.
They be playing the game with each other all the time in the room.
Yeah.
Supervised?
Nope.
Playing the game. Yes.
Supervised with people?
Yes.
With who?
So have you heard about what Miss Walker is talking about? This allegation?
No.
This is the first time you've heard?
Doesn't playing a game sound super Chester creepy? Yes.
It?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly, Kitch.
So the police haven't been out to investigate?
No.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So you last saw your kids for spring break?
A little Willie.
Yes.
How did that go?
They're good.
Jojo. Hide the Willie.
All right. Anything else you want to tell me, Mr. Stroud?
It was to leave me alone. Stop me.
Okay. Who is in the room with you?
Nobody in the room with me.
Okay.
It's just stuff
I guess
behind.
there's an echo then. All right. Who is the witness that you said can testify?
My mama, my girlfriend, my goddad, and my grandma.
Peach said yuck.
Okay, so is it your testimony your girlfriend's never physically harmed the kids?
No.
Okay. Have you ever planted electronic devices on the kid?
Nope, never. And I get the kids on every weekend. Well, I put the device on the children for. That's crazy.
What? Translator.
Okay. All right. I'll be with you both in just a moment, okay? I'm going to take a quick recess.
All right.
So I am Mr. Stroud, I know you said you have witnesses, but the petitioner has the burden of proof. Well, let me just say this. Ms. Walker, I did ask Mr. Stroud something that I didn't ask you, even though I saw it on your petition. You said something about electronic devices on the kids. What is that about?
The first time it was a AirPod. You know, you can track your AirPods. They put AirPods down in Jaden's pocket, clothes that he didn't have on. The clothes were folded in his bag. You can track your AirPods. And then the next time, which is the police report, he put it inside an air tag inside Jaden's deodorant.
What a creep.
Which I went and made the police report once that device came up on me and my daughter's watch, our Apple Watch and our iPhone. It came up on there and I immediately rushed it out and went to the police department.
Okay. All right.
Judge Lehman back on this one.
Mr. Stroud, do you have anything you want to say about what she just testified about with that? Miss Walker, you can mute.
It's a lie.
She lying. I never did that.
Okay. Did you put anything in the deodorant?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Who did?
All right. I am going to. I'm going to find that there's insufficient evidence that Mr. Stroud has committed acts of family violence against Jaden and Jeremiah, which is what this petition is for. It's against Mr. Stroud. And it sounds like it's based on allegations of a failure, an allegation of a failure to protect. It says allows his girlfriend to physically harm the minor children, and I haven't heard anything about that. And I want to say, though, there are some options, and I'm not saying anything is true or not, but so I am going to be dismissing this petition.
Dismiss.
I want to let both of you know
Scary.
any problems or disagreements about what is happening with the parenting or the parenting plans or custody or child support. You have the divorce action, and as someone has already been advised, you can file a motion for contempt if there is a problem with that. Okay. Also, if you believe that a particular individual, even if it's a juvenile, is a danger to another child, you can file for a protective order in juvenile court. And so that is something you can do if you believe a particular person may be a danger. So it sounds like you all have attorneys at your disposal. I would encourage you to reach out to them if your problems regarding the like I said, the custody issue, but I am going to dismiss this case for insufficient evidence against Mr. Stroud of committing acts of family violence.
Can I get my kid?
I'm dismissing this petition, so whatever else is in place, okay? All right.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, we got a goodie. Here we go. I was saving this one too. It's a goodie. Told you I went in the vault tonight. The dog's birthday. Celebrating Maddie's birthday today.
Other than that, all communication between the parties shall be through app post immediately. Parties are requesting an evidentiary hearing. The court believes an evidentiary hearing is a little premature. Anyway, the hearing this morning is being conducted via Zoom. President Attorney Maria Zagorski representing the plaintiff's mother, Heather Blackman. Ms. Blackman is present. In addition, Attorney Steve Jednick is present representing the defendant, Father Christopher Horan. Mr. Horan is present. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
The court will assume that both parents completed the SMAW program at some point in time in the past.
Probably when the case was initiated back in 18 is my guess.
Okay. Obviously, the two parents are creating a toxic environment for the minor child, which is very unfortunate. And we have a 10-year-old child that is very aware of what's going on and being put in the middle by these two parents. Ms. Zagorski, obviously, the court has reviewed the recommendation of Ms. Scott in front of the court regarding custody and parenting time. The court, when we were last before the court on March 14th, the court referred that issue to the front of the court for the recommendation investigation, which included an interview of the minor child. Right now, there's a restriction that mother's boyfriend, Jason Downs, shall not be in the presence of Abigail. Ms. Blackman obviously continues to, has other children with Mr. Downs and owns a home together. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. So, and obviously the court's obviously questions the judgment of Ms. Blackman when she tells us in front of the court, yeah, I'm going to ask him to dismiss this. I've been assaulted not once, but twice, but I don't want to prosecute. Obviously, the court is concerned when a child is exposed to domestic violence. And obviously, it's Ms. Blackman, if her concern that she's more interested in Jason Downs than her own child, and so be it. But the court believes that's not part of the recommendation. Is obviously how do we have week on, week off parenting time? Does Mr. Downs then move out for a week of the home that he owns, Ms. Zagorski?
Yes, he does.
So is that can happen? How many years is that going to continue?
Well, until this gets resolved, Judge, I would note my client did the same thing for Mr. Hoare when they were together, and I'm not in any way excusing her partner's conduct. Mr. Downs is currently in the criminal process. He's represented by Mr. Bartlett. He's supposed to be back before Judge Forkey, I believe next week, May 8th.
And we all know, Mr. Jednick, Ms. Zagorski, and this court is well aware that when Ms. Blackman talks to prosecutor Dave Forrest, says, I'm not going to cooperate, I'm not going to testify, they're going to drop the charge. This court will not permit contact between Jason Downs and the minor child Abigail until Mr. Downs has completed, and I want to see documentation, he's completed an aggravated counseling program. So dismissal will not eliminate this restriction, Mr. Forrest. I'm telling you right now. So at this point in time, I'll give you both a chance if you want to argue, but I'm ready to make a decision this morning on a temporary basis. We're going to review this after school is out for the summer. I've read your motion, Ms. Zagorski, your objections. I don't know if you want to add anything more to that.
No, Your Honor, if you've prepared the file, I trust your review of it. What exactly do you want Mr. Downs to have completed? Which program? Like what?
I want some documentation to complete an aggravated counseling program.
Okay, but I'm sorry, Your Honor. I mean, do you mean like an afternoon program, or what's the scope of what you envision?
Well, what does the district court probation normally recommend? Somebody under a diversion program.
Okay, all right.
There's probably a standard domestic aggravated counseling program that the district court probation requires for diversion. So that's the program I had in mind, unless you had another program in mind.
No, I can follow up with probation and find out the whens, wheres, and hows. I can do that.
But that's I'm just letting Ms. Blackman aware of that. Because the dismissal of the domestic violence charge is not going to be a basis in this court's opinion to permit contact between Abigail and Mr. Downs.
Okay.
Mr. Jednick, is there anything else you want to add?
we agree with most of it. I know Mr. Hoare doesn't like giving up all of his weekends. So if the court's going to fashion something on a temporary basis, he'd still like some weekend time in the meantime until we proceed to an evidentiary hearing until the court revisits this again. And I know when the court entered the week on week off, it flip-flopped the arrangement the parties had for the week on week off pattern they had before, which I think is probably for both parties causing some upset and anguish to long-term scheduled vacations and things like that. So certainly some problems were introduced, but we largely support the recommendation, though Mr. Hoare has reservations about giving up every single weekend. He'd still like a weekend or two pending the court reviewing this again.
Your Honor, may I address that? First of all, with respect to Ms. Scott's recommendation, my client has indicated to me that she has never blocked Mr. Hoare from a phone. She is blocked from Mr. Hoare's phone. That was established this morning. He's blocked her. She's never blocked him, and she's never removed him from doctor records. There are incorrect statements made in that recommation.
Thank you,
and
Lisa.
I would ask for an opportunity to correct the record on that if the court's going to use that as any kind of authority for its decision. The week on, week off has been working. I have the child's therapy records. There's been no indication that Mr. Downs has been present. The child is seeing the therapist every week. It's going well. So I would ask the court to continue the current order pending Mr. Downs' completion of the diversion program.
I'm sure all the facts in there are contested. I was just talking about the recommendation, but I'm sure Mr. Hoare's objection to everything Heather said in there, and Heather likewise objects to everything Mr. Hoare said. That's what we need evidentiary hearing for.
At this point in time, it comes directly to the parents. Mr. Hoare, Ms. Blackman, your opinion is that a toxic environment for your daughter. Mr. Hoare, I'm just aghast at the fact that you're showing to your daughter footage from a domestic violence incident.
Your Honor, I didn't show the footage.
So where does Mr. Downs go? Does he just move out and move to a hotel for a week?
So he showed her footage from domestic violence. How awful.
Korsky, when Abigail's at mom's house.
Your Honor, can I speak to that?
Evil.
No, you can't,
no,
Mr. Hoare.
No.
Heather, where does Jason go when you've got Abigail for the week? Can you?
Abigail's at mom's house.
Your Honor, can I speak to that?
No, you can't,
no,
Mr. Hoare.
No.
Heather, where does Jason go when you've got Abigail for the week? Can you unmute yourself and answer the court?
Yes. So when Abigail comes home, my mom comes and sits in place with the boys. He leaves to go to it's a family friend. His name's Joseph Beach, and I can give you that address if you need that.
No, I just.
And then during the times that my daughter has like sports, sometimes me and her will both go to my mom's house. So he sits with the boys at our house, and that's on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then he leaves before we even come back. And my mom is a mediator in a lot of this as well.
Well, if the parents cannot raise Abigail, I guess this court will raise Abigail. So at this point in time, the court will end the following order. The court will continue. I'm going to adopt, for the most part, Mr. Scott's recommendation. The parties will continue to share joint physical custody. Parenting time for the defendant father should be Mondays after school to school on Friday morning. Mother's parenting time shall be Friday after school to school Monday morning. Jason Downs shall not be in the presence of Abigail. The party shall continue to facilitate counseling for Abigail. Neither party should make any disparaging remarks about the other parent in the presence of Abigail. And there should be no discussion of this case in the presence of Abigail. Each party is entitled to one phone call per day with the minor child when the child is with the other parent.
Your Honor, would it be possible to ask the court for some weekends? I think it's extremely absurd.
No, sir, not this time. That's the order of the court. Finally, the court will order that both parties complete the highconflictsolutions.com workshop. That's HIGHCONFLICTSOLUTIONS.com. the highconflictsolutions.com workshop and provide the court with a 150-word statement as to what they learned from that program. Abigail's 10. She needs to get two parents that are concerned about her best interests rather than putting her in the middle. And the court's going to send this for review at the end of the school year. Hopefully we go back to week on, week off. But Mr. Gorsuch, I'm just letting you know the court will continue the prohibition against contact between Jason Downs should not be in the presence of Abigail. So further order the court, and I'm letting you go. The court will not even consider that until Mr. Downs or Ms. Hoare provides her with documentation he's completed an anger management counseling program. I'm talking about not just a 3-hour class, but the one that the district court probation generally uses for diversion programs.
Okay.
And the courts, hopefully in some time we can return to the week on, week off. But at this point in time, it's going to be as recommended. The court sends for review in June. When is schooled out? The second week of June?
I think June 9th. I'm going to double check the academic calendar.
Okay.
Heather, do you know? You can unmute yourself and answer the court.
I don't know off the top of my head. I can also look it up if you want me to.
Okay. We'll set it for review on June 20th at 10 a.m. Is that what available? June 20th at 10 a.m.? 10:30?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so court review for any time, June 20th at 10:30 a.m. via Zoom.
Your Honor, does this court's order supersede any holiday time between now and then? Just parties are understand what to expect.
No, the whatever holiday print time was the order, that will continue. Again, the restriction about Jason Downs not being in the presence of Abigail will continue. So what do we have? We have Mother's Day coming up.
Mother's Day, Memorial Day,
Father's Day.
Father's Day is ahead of that too.
Yeah, the Father's Day is June 18th. So printing time for holidays as previously ordered will still continue. Again, I'll go through it again. The parties will continue to share joint legal and joint physical custody. Father's parenting time will be Monday after school. And who has Abigail this week?
My client does.
Okay.
Thank you, Roseanne.
All right, so Dad's parenting time will start. Council, what do you suggest in terms of when we start the schedule with father having parenting time after school on Monday?
Did father get child from school today?
I don't think that the child or my client is prepared for that. She's made arrangements to have the child this week.
Okay, what about a weekend? Do the parties in alternate weekends? Is that what they've been doing?
Well, with the week on, week off, it has effectively been alternating weekends.
Okay, so Dad would get, Abigail will come with Dad then this weekend?
Well, no, my client's going to have every weekend going forward, Judge. So pursuant to this new schedule. So I mean, if he wants to get her tomorrow and we can start the schedule tomorrow, it's just that today is a little, I mean, the child's expecting to come home to mom today.
Okay, I agree. Mr. Jednick, what's your thoughts?
Oh, Mr. Hoare prefer today, but if we after school tomorrow, if that's what the court's saying. Nope, after school tomorrow.
Tomorrow's fine. I don't want to disrupt Abby's day.
Okay. So after school tomorrow.
He shows a picture of
So Dad will
domestic
pick up
violence.
Abigail from school, and
He doesn't want to ruin her school day, but it'll traumatize her for life. Dr. Evil.
Wednesday, May 1st. Yep.
Okay. And then we'll take her back to school Friday morning. And mom will have her Friday after school until back to school on Monday morning. And the court will review this arrangement June 20th at 10:30.
Okay, so before I go and cut the doggy cake, thank you for the donos. Kitchen Court Cases is back on. She's been streaming like a mad woman. And we have something in the works. Just picture all of your favorite creators in the time served realm and some in the soft sit world that are in the stratosphere, and just think about all planets colliding at the same time for you. That's what's in the works. Not saying any more. Not saying who, not saying what, but it is coming. Make sure you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I may be on tomorrow. If not, I will definitely see you Monday. God bless you all. Never go to bed angry. Give your kiss to loved ones. Give a kiss to your loved ones. I will see you all. Just remember, you have been served.